It's almost time for a big surprise. Something I think you're gonna enjoy, something I know I'll enjoy, and something we'll enjoy together. Are you ready for this? Let's do it. Woo! So this is my big surprise. I'm at Kettle Moraine State Park, just about an hour and a half outside of Green Bay. Now, this was supposed to be my first state park, and I guess technically it is, but with a caveat. First, let's go back. It started with the night before I left. Was it Alabama? No. Oh, it was the night before I left Wisconsin. No, it was the night before I left Illinois. So what happened was I drove all day, ended up staying in Gurnee, Illinois, I believe, at a Cracker Barrel overnight. I got there, I was packing up for the night, getting ready to go to sleep, and I remembered, I need to book a site in a state park because I had some extra time. I thought, maybe I'll get a couple quick days in to hike, check out my rig, see what was going on, and get a little bit of break before I got back to work. So I looked online, and it took me a little while to find a park that was on the way back home that had a spot available. So I found one in Kettle Moraine State Forest. It's really a pretty state park. It's about an hour and a half outside of Green Bay. So I was all set. I thought everything was good. I went to bed, woke up the next morning, had breakfast at Cracker Barrel. Hey everybody, Dave, aka RVJedeye, and we are starting the day doing something that we didn't get a chance to do last time, and that is eat at Cracker Barrel. You know, when you stay overnight in an RV, they have free spots for you behind the restaurant. And usually when you wake up or you get in before they close, you want to stop in and eat something to just say kind of thank you for letting us have these free spots. So I'm going to do that. And then our big surprise today happens a little bit later. You're coming with me, so let's do this. Okay, trying to figure out how we do breakfast here now that everything is kind of all closed up. Okay, so this is what they're doing here at Cracker Barrel. You can't get in yet. You still have to social distance and stuff. They're not fully open until next Friday. But you place your order. You can do online or call in, or in this case, just go in. It was just me and one server. I placed my order, and then they are dropping it off at the RV for me. Cool. Now again, I'm staying at Cracker Barrel, stayed overnight because this is where I needed to pull over. I think I'm in Gurnee, Illinois, someplace like that, or Kearney, Illinois, just outside of Wisconsin. I'm staying at a Cracker Barrel, and ideally in the morning you want to stop in and pick something up and say kind of thanks for letting me park overnight. And with everything going on right now, they are not allowing folks in the store, which is probably a good idea. I did have a mask when I went in to order, but I'm having breakfast. They delivered it here to my RV, and I'm going to eat something good.
Another great stop at a Cracker Barrel. I'm going to have to do a bigger video on staying at Cracker Barrels at another date, but after stopping, it was on the road, heading to a special spot.
So I hopped on the road, started heading north to Kettle Moraine State Park. I put it in my GPS and I was going along. Everything seemed to be fine. I started to pull into this area and it looked absolutely beautiful, and I thought, this could be it. But the GPS said at some point I had to pull over and walk about 7 miles into where I was going to stay. That didn't seem right. So I got online and checked out the Wisconsin State Park system, called around and found out that, yeah, where I was Kettle Moraine, but it was a different part of the state park. This place is really huge. So getting to the surprise has been a little difficult. I put the address that I thought was the state park in my GPS, and it took me to a beautiful portion of the state park, but this is where the hiking trails are, and I'm still about 25 minutes south of where I need to go. So it's back on the road. We'll get out and hopefully get to where we need to be fairly soon. And so where I had to go was about 25 minutes away, still a little north from where I was at, to the, I believe it was the Long Branch portion of Kettle Moraine State Park in Eden, Wisconsin. Once I got here, I set up the rig as normal. I was a little rusty because it had been a while since I had really set up a site, so that was kind of interesting. And then I went on a hike. You know, whenever I get to a state park, I like to check it out, and you guys come with me for the very first time. And this one, from what I could tell, was really pretty. It was interesting. You know, when I went out for my hike, I noticed there was a lake here, and not too far, maybe about 5-10 minute walk, and it's a really pretty lake. But you know, it is still a situation where we're in COVID-19 status. You know, it's kind of you know, you have to be careful, and everybody at the beach of the lake was just so close together. So I probably wasn't going to go into the water, even though I really love the water, because of social distancing. You know, the one thing that I could do is I went on the hike by myself. You know, I've been around my campsite for the most part by myself. There's nobody around me, so I felt pretty safe in terms of that. Hey, if you like the content you're seeing here on the channel, please click and subscribe, hit that bell notification. That way, whenever a new video comes out, you'll be alerted right away. I'm at the Long Lake Recreation Area, a really good place to go. They have hiking trails, hunting and fishing in the area. Normally you can rent some kayaks and things like that to go out there, but right now, because of COVID-19, everything is kind of interesting. You have to check in remotely, virtually, and then you know, you come in, you find your spot. You got to make sure you have a vehicle sticker. That's another thing that's kind of new here for me. So I have a yearly sticker, and because my rig is not registered in Wisconsin yet, I had to pay the out-of-state fee, which is about $38 to get in here, and then I think it was about $30 per night here. So this is a little crazy for me. I'm in the 600 loop where I'm staying for the one night. Now, when I was booking my spot, you had to choose what kind of site you wanted to be in. Some had electric, some had nothing, and you could just be there. It was a mixture of tent camping and RV camping. Interestingly enough, again, no water at your site. You have to fill it up once you get in to the park. So what I've noticed at a lot of state parks here in Wisconsin, they don't have water and electric, so you have to come in and fill up your tanks. They do have potable water here, so that's what I'm doing right now. And then I will head over to my site, hook up with the electric, start exploring this great new state park in Wisconsin. So when I got back from my hike, I checked in on my fridge. I had plugged in. The air conditioning was on, and it was starting to cool things down. But the fridge was still not getting cold. Now, I had some ice in there, because I usually bring ice with me until the refrigerator really cools up. And over the last several days, I had noticed, you know, the fridge was a little cool, but it wasn't, you know, fully getting cold. And I thought it was just a product of me having to plug into electric. Well, after a while, it didn't come back on. And it was flashing a green light. I checked my owner's manual and did all of the things that I could do from here to figure out what was going on. And ultimately it said it needed to get serviced. and it just was not getting cool. I didn't have any more ice. So the food, which I had purchased a lot of while I was in Tallahassee, and then my mom had given me some, was starting to go bad. In fact, this morning when I woke up, it all smelled pretty bad. So last night I had to make the tough decision that I was going to have to head out of the park early. I had paid for 2 days and I was going to stay, but I've got no food, and the fridge is not getting cold, and it is smelling pretty bad. So this first state park in Wisconsin was a little bit of an adventure, and it was an adventure to get here. It was an adventure once I got here, but I'm shutting her down and bringing her back home. It just was, my refrigerator wasn't good and broken, so I have to go home. I'll be back to another state park, maybe even come back here. Hey, that's going to do it right now for me. Make sure you follow me all online in social media at RVJedeye. And then, of course, you can follow me at the blog at RVJedeye.com. Get out there, RV, shake out your RV, make sure it's working. But no matter what, when you're out there, enjoy yourself, because it is a great adventure anytime you're out. See you next time.